On Sunday, N. Biren Singh tendered his resignation from the post of Chief Minister of Manipur, nearly 2 years after ethnic violence gripped the northeastern state. The clashes that began on 3rd May 2023, following an outbreak of violence between two dominating communities in the state, Meitei and Kuki tribals, have claimed hundreds of lives while leaving many homeless and displaced. As the state was battling to restore normalcy, the Supreme Court's intervention in the case had made headlines. However, 16 months later, the case appears to be heading nowhere. In 2024, the top court heard this matter only 6 times, with no effective order being passed. This is in stark contrast to 25 hearings that took place in 2023, 11 of which happened between May 2023, when the violence took place, and 7th August, when the top court appointed a 3-member judicial panel to monitor schemes of the Manipur government to rehabilitate victims of the ethnic clashes. The tardy progress in the case has continued even as the number of reports filed by the judicial panel, led by former Jammu and Kashmir High Court Chief Justice Gita Mittal, have piled up to 37, and applications on rights of the residents remain pending for adjudication in the top court. The Manipur violence reached the country's top court in May 2023 when a Naga resident approached it against a state high court order of March 2023 that urged the state of Manipur to consider including the Meitei community in the scheduled tribe list. During the appeal's first hearing itself, a bench led by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, who demitted office in November 2024, had criticized the High Court's directive as obnoxious and considered staying the order for its inaccuracies. On an assurance given by the centre that appropriate steps would be taken for recall of the High Court order, the top court agreed to not address the core legal aspects arising out of it. The High Court order was finally set aside in February 2024 when a single judge bench rescinded it during the hearing of a review petition. While the Manipur High Court made amends and diluted its own order that is widely seen as the trigger for the ethnic unrest in the state, the Supreme Court commenced extensive hearings to monitor the state government's rehabilitation measures. These hearings culminated in a landmark judgment. On 7th August 2023, CJI Chandrachud-led bench gave a detailed judgment on the appointment of Justice Mittal-headed 3-member panel to supervise the rehabilitation work in strife-torn Manipur. The August 2023 judgment also appointed Dattatreya Padsalgekar, former Director General of Police Maharashtra, to supervise the investigation by the CBI into the FIRs transferred to it. These cases related to the incidents of rape and murder. Following the detailed pronouncement on 7th August 2023, the Supreme Court since then heard the case 14 times before it shut down on 15 December 2023 for a winter break. It was during one of these hearings that the CJI Chandrachud-led bench dealt with the 2 reports of Justice Mittal Committee. While the first was related to the position of dead bodies that were lying in mortuaries in Manipur, the second was about its recommendations to maintain places of worship in the state. Elaborate directions on cremation of unclaimed dead bodies were issued in November 2023. This was after the Justice Mittal Committee highlighted the disruptions by a few NGOs working in the state, which, according to it, were deliberately obstructing and not letting families of the dead accept the bodies. As for the report related to the places of worship in the state, the court had in December 2023 asked the state to let it know within 2 weeks as to what steps have been taken to secure these places. Speaking to ThePrint on condition of anonymity, a lawyer associated with the case since the beginning lamented at the slow progress of the case in 2024. He pointed out that each time the case came up for hearing in 2024, it simply got adjourned. In fact, the case showed up in the advance cause list of the CGI's bench several times that year, but it never got translated into actual hearing. The case got listed only 6 times in 2024, but without any substantial hearing. The last hearing in the matter was on 9th December 2024 before a new bench led by present Chief Justice of India, Sanjeev Khanna. Then the Manipur government was directed to provide details in a sealed cover on the dwelling units and properties burnt either fully or partially and encroached upon during the ethnic violence in the state. Thereafter, the matter is yet to be heard. And the print has also learned that the state government is yet to submit a report on this order. However, a crucial development in a related matter last week has put the spotlight back on Manipur violence. This case raises questions over the alleged role of Manipur's former Chief Minister Biren Singh in the ethnic clashes. Acting on a separate petition, a bench led by CJI Sanjeev Khanna sought a sealed cover forensic report on the authenticity of leaked audio clips that allegedly disclose Biren Singh's involvement in the large-scale killing, destruction and other forms of violence in the state. The petitioner, Kuki Organization for Human Rights Trust, has sought a court-monitored probe by a special investigating team into Singh's role. Coming back to the main case, another lawyer appearing in it told the print that one of Justice Mittal committee reports drew the court's attention to a significant issue which is peculiar to Manipur. This report says that there is a need for a law in the state for land rights. This report, which is numbered as 33rd, is yet to be made public. It makes a note of the fact that there is no law in the state that empowers the government there to acquire land for public purpose. The land there, as per the report, belongs to an autonomous council, and even though a law was framed and received presidential assent in 1967, the consecutive state governments never notified it due to opposition by a particular community in the state. The report has highlighted the need to notify the land and abolish the rights given to the autonomous council and has sought the court's intervention on the matter. Although the main case did not proceed as vigorously as it did in 2023, the top court continued with its monitoring of the case filed by displaced college students who sought judicial intervention for their transfer to colleges outside Manipur. The lack of interest shown by the top court in the main case has dampened the expectations of those who came to it for a judicial resolution to the chaos in the state. Sources told the print that one of the critical aspects that has got no attention from the court is related to the victims' compensation scheme. In one of its own orders, the court had asked the state to report on the steps that were taken to upgrade this scheme. Though the Justice Mittal Committee has submitted a report on this subject, its contents are not known as it is with the court in a sealed cover. Lawyers told the print that while the Justice Mittal Committee has continued with its exercise to execute judicial orders, the top court has, in a surprising turn of events, gone silent on the case.